Viva Tequila Seltzer, the #1 hard seltzer in the world and the official hard seltzer of Day Drinking with Dog. Ditch the malt, add tequila. Welcome back to Day Drinking with Dog on this gorgeous, where the fuck was this weather on Saturday? Weather.
Yeah.
Holy Christ, it's 60 degrees out, the sun is out, it feels like spring, and I am just ecstatic to be in studio today with my good friend and co-worker of many, many years, A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. What is going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
How you
What's
doing,
going
buddy?
on? You know, just living life. You know, I'm trying to be an adult now. So
Well, is that true, really?
Listen, I just turned 41. I know I don't look it, but
well, let's not talk birthdays right now.
I think about it and I'm like, it's time to grow up, like past the 40 marker, and it's that time, man.
It's that time.
It's that time. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get into all your non-being an adult stuff in a minute. Speaking of being an adult, you know, DMVs, right? Mm-hmm. So I was at the DMV today. Well, it's the little one in Milford. It's called.
Oh yeah, that one's nice.
Yeah, DMV
because you don't have to wait forever for that.
You don't.
Yeah.
You got to make an appointment, so it's appointment only.
Right.
So they have that real ID you need to get. Now, if anyone doesn't have this real ID, listen to me, because it's really not hard to get. But so a real ID is basically, it was supposed to come out a couple of years ago that it was mandatory to get it to fly anywhere in the United States, or unless you had a passport. So it's just going to be passport and real ID, and that's the way it's going to be.
Like all in one?
No.
Okay.
They're separate. But to fly domestic, you no longer will your regular driver's license work.
Okay.
So I could have gone today and just gotten a driver's license renewed.
Yeah.
But the real ID was supposed to start last May. It's probably still a year away. You need a real ID, and that lets you fly domestically.
Okay.
Like if in 2 years or a year they announce this and you don't have a real ID or a passport, you can't fly anywhere.
Wait, so what makes it different? Just
I don't know. They needed my passport. They needed a social security,
okay. So
all this shit, right?
Just the check for it.
Right,
okay.
right. So I show up, and I think I got all my shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had my appointment.
Right.
And there's a guy in front of me in there, and there's just this one girl, and she's like, "Do you have an appointment, sir?" And he's like, "No." And it literally says on the door, like, "By appointment only."
Okay.
And he's some guy from New York, and she's trying to explain to him, like, "Listen, they're a month out. He's just trying to transfer plates." And this dude, like, flipped out and ran out.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking to myself, oh, I got all my shit together.
Yeah.
So she's like, "You have an appointment?" I said, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
So she's like, "Okay, sit right down there." And then this guy comes out, and he's like, "How you doing?" I said, "Good, and you're here for this, whatever, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Listen, I'm trying to get the real ID." He goes, first thing he says is, "Okay, I just need your birth certificate or your passport." I left my passport at home.
No, what do you mean?
I literally had a stack of shit. I just was like rushing. I know. It was totally my fault, right? So I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, does this mean I gotta like make another appointment? Like my driver's license expires on my 50th birthday next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll be at Colony at 7:00 if anyone wants to show up.
Let's go. Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. So he goes, "Dude, we close at 2. Just, are you close?" I go, "Yeah, I'm in Milford." All right. So I run home.
Okay, cool. They normally wouldn't do that.
He was totally cool. So I come back, and there really wasn't that many people in there. I think a lot of people go there and not prepared like me.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably like sending half the people home or remake a date.
Right.
So I come back with it. Now in my head, I'm like, oh God, is he going to ask for my social security card? Because I don't have it. I haven't had it in 20 years.
I just got mine. I haven't had it in forever.
Oh, you are a fucking adult, huh?
I told you, dude. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
I just know my number by heart. It's attached to all my shit, all my whatever. So I come back. He's like, he goes, awesome. So he starts processing everything. He goes, "Do you have a piece of mail?" Now my old address was on Chapel before I moved in with Nicole. So I have a car payment envelope and a Visa card envelope with my name on it and address. He opens the first one and he goes, "Oh, this is your old address." I go, "How the fuck is this my old address?" It says right in the front. He goes, "No, inside when you open it up. You got anything else?" I said, "Well, I got this." I'm like, "Please." He goes, "All right, you're good. Do you have your social security card?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you know your social security number?" I said, "Yes." He goes, all right, we're good. I'm like, all right, cool. This is where it gets kind of funny.
Yeah.
So now he just starts bullshitting with me. He's like, "Oh, you got a Kia, huh? What kind of Kia you got?" And I'm like, "Oh, a Kia, what do I have, a Sportage?" And, he goes, "Oh, I drive the RAV4 and this and that and whatever." And I start talking, "Do you lease?" He says, "No, I buy." I go, "Oh, I lease." And he's still, like, processing as we go.
Yeah.
And we're having a great conversation. And we're just going back and forth, and you know how I prefer leasing over buying because I like a new car every 3 years. Oh, that makes sense.
Everyone does.
Right. We're just going back and forth, hitting it off, and there's like 5 people waiting. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and then the prompter comes up where I got to pay and then sign off. And so he goes, just check to make sure all your info's correct. Sure enough, it's all correct. I'm good there. So he goes, oh, it's going to ask you, you're changing voting things with your change of address. Mm-hmm. It's going to ask you to put your affiliation down. And I said, wait a second. I said, I've been voting through 1060 New Haven Ave since I moved in. Because I did my online change when I moved in with a call. He goes, oh, you're right. I see here. You could just bypass that. I said, no, I'll click Republican. He never said a word to me again the rest of the fucking time.
Dude, you shouldn't have said anything to him.
I mean, he wasn't a dick, but we still had like 3 minutes left of our and he just stopped in his tracks.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Uh-huh. And then he finally said at the end, he goes, that's your temp. You'll get the one in the mail in 2 weeks. Have a nice day.
Politics can turn anyone apart, man. It's
That dude was so nice.
That's why I don't talk about it ever with anybody. Like, even when I'm like, was working in like political parties and stuff, they ask me, you know, what are my beliefs and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't believe anything. I just believe I have to work right now, and that is it. You know what I mean?
I was like not stunned, but it is kind of commonality nowadays. But what does that have to do? I could have been a registered Republican since I was 18 years old, and I voted for Clinton when I was 18 years old.
Right.
He's obviously a Democrat. Like what's
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he just looked at me. All right. Well.
Man, you ruined it.
I thought it was
You ruined
funny.
a good relationship.
I did.
Man.
I thought we were going to hit it off. I thought I was going to maybe get some free fucking DMV shit in the mail, waive the $95 fee.
Listen, that's not... So I never told anyone about this. So a long time ago, I got some kind of parking ticket or something. And I paid it. I sent it in, but I guess it didn't go through or something like that. So for years, I thought it was all settled, but turns out that I had a court date because it wasn't paid for some reason. It didn't go through over there. And I moved, so I wasn't getting my mail. So I didn't know that I got a letter for a court date. So I never showed up to that. So my license was suspended for years, and I had no idea. So then when I go to renew it, they're like, your license has been suspended for years, and you have to retake your driver's test. So this was recently. And
I remember you telling me this story.
Dude, I go into there, and it's just the most embarrassing thing ever because
you're 40.
I'm 40 years old, and there's a bunch of teenagers there. Like, I'm sitting next to them. They're all
probably like this fucking Asian dude over here.
They're like, Asians can't drive. They're absolutely right. But it's just embarrassing.
They can't even get their license.
They're like looking at me like, oh, how do you think you're gonna do? It's like, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. You know what I mean? I had to go through my permit. I had to get my permit first.
You had to do the whole 9.
The whole thing.
This wasn't driver retraining like you get with like a DWI or something. This is actual...
The whole
because your license was suspended for so long.
Yeah. So,
holy Christ.
So I had to get my permit at first. So I go in there, I take the permit test in 10 minutes, and I'm just out of there. It's just perfectly fine.
You know what's funny? If I went in blind on that test, I don't know if I'd pass.
Dude, you have to know all these signs.
Right.
You have to know all these signs and what they mean, the shapes of them, the colors of them, and I'm like, luckily I just
We all know stop signs, yield signs, stuff like that, but there's some shit you're driving around and like, what the fuck?
And there's new rules, or I don't know what it is, but I just looked it through real quick the day of, and then luckily I just...
Did you move a rod in your... Did you move around a lot when you were younger?
Oh yeah,
I did too. So
all over Connecticut.
It's almost like the DMV couldn't follow you, and then you just give up, and then hopefully you'll show up one day.
Well, I don't know why I wasn't it must have just came in that brief period of me moving where they don't send your new stuff to your new address or something like that. But then it came down to then I just took the driving test and. I don't know, man. It was just.
So you had to get in the car with it.
I had to go with my mother, because you have to have the person whose car it is. You can't just go by yourself, obviously, because I don't have my license, so I can't just drive there and here's the car I'm gonna use. You know what I mean? So I had to go with my mom, and it was all bad, man. It was just all young kids there, and I'm like, if I fail this and this little kid right here,
you're like fucking Billy Madison.
I know. I know, I gotta just find my
cheating off the kids on their tests. Oh shit, what do we do here?
Yeah, it was bad, but luckily I passed. But my thing is I'm used to using the cameras, you know what I mean, when it's like for backing into spots or something like that.
Right.
But you're not allowed to use any of that stuff. You have to do the like arm over the back, like look over.
Really?
Why do they do that when?
I don't even turn around anymore. It's great for my neck. I just fucking
exactly. They should just be like, hey, cameras are pretty much in every car
Right.
now. Just use the camera, or whatever. But that just threw me off a little, just because I'm just used to that now. Not that I can't park by using my eyes, you know.
Right.
But that threw me off.
Oh man,
It was not good. It was
you did 10 minutes on the DMV. That's long enough.
I know, seriously.
Fuck that. You know what's great is like leasing cars though.
Uh-huh.
You never have to go and register it. Like it's all done for.
Right,
Or even buying
done
a
for
car.
you right there,
You just
yeah.
do it right there.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit in line like. Back in the day when I used to drive because I grew up in Madison. Instead of dealing with Bridgeport,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Oh, that's the closest one?
Well, from here,
Yeah.
like an actual you had to, register a car. Like these remote DMVs are pretty much just for licenses and some smaller shit. But to register a car, get plates or return plates and all that crap, you got to go to Bridgeport.
Oh, yeah.
But I used to just drive up to Old Saybrook, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little shopping, check out the shoreline.
There you go.
You still got to wait 2 hours at the DMV, but it's
Right.
much nicer up there.
Right.
Grab some lunch, whatever.
It's
Anyway.
worth it. So, yeah.
Try to stay at DMV. Get your shit done on time.
Actually, speaking of Madison, I got pulled over in a golf cart in Madison, actually. And
That's the story. Let's hear it.
No, so I worked in worked in a Jewish camp in Madison. I don't know, maybe Camp Laurelwood.
Yes,
It's so
yes.
I worked there for 5 years.
Come on.
I was the only
years?
non-Jewish person. I was.
We used to play hoops up there. They had the outdoor court that was covered.
Yeah,
That's where we played
It
hoops.
had the gazebo
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
over
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Probably when I was 7, so I'm 41 now. When I was like 17 to like 22
No
or
shit.
something like that, I worked there. And
It's a little creepy up there.
dude, it's super creepy.
It's fucking.
The funny thing is, one
Like
time
there was like 30 cars when we went up to play basketball Saturday night at like 11 at night.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it's in the
like
middle-
we would never go up there ourselves.
it's all woods.
Yeah.
It's all in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
And then we went to go watch. What was that movie?
I'm gonna mention this on my little thing, so all my high school buddies would be like, "Oh, I remember those days."
Madison. Yeah.
Kid
Was that Blair Witch Project?
Oh, yep.
So when that was out in the theaters, that's how long ago, like I was working there. We went and watched it, and I had a camcorder, and there's this random little abandoned like building in the middle of the woods. And my friends were like, "You won't go out there, spend the night out there with your camcorder."
no, I wouldn't.
Right after watching it.
Yeah.
And me just trying to be cool, I was terrified. To be like, "Yeah, I'll do it. Like no problem." Went out there, dude. I made it probably like 10 minutes and I was out of there. I kept hearing stuff like in the camera. It had like the green light and I swear I kept seeing stuff, but when I rewatched, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
I was out of there. I couldn't do
Now
it.
down the street, what's that? Route 80?
I think so.
Yeah, Route 80. Down the street on the left, there's this road that we would drive down, and we did it twice.
Yeah.
And it's just a normal road, and now you're really getting up into like North Madison woods. Mm-hmm. And you're driving, and then it turns into a dirt road. There's no houses left. You just keep going, and like, I don't know, we used to go up there and fucking pound some beers, whatever,
yeah.
fucking senior in high school. Mm-hmm. And then we went up there a couple nights later, a couple weekends later, and I don't know what was going on there, if it was some kind of satanic ritual, but there were fires and people running all around the
Really?
fire, and they all, like, once they saw our headlights, they fucking we would just, like,
Scattered?
turn around and we just fucking reversed for about a quarter
Really?
mile, spun around, I never went back.
I think
There's
there's
a lot of weird shit that goes on in those woods.
Dude,
and those
I heard something about like these like I don't know, dwarf people or something. I feel like every woodsy area makes up a story about like short people that live out there, and if you try and go out there,
What's the Dudley Town, right? Or you ever heard of Dudley Town?
maybe,
Yeah.
But like I heard a story about that,
Oh,
like
God.
out in Madison. If you try and go out there, they'll throw rocks at you or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you get into the woods. It's like the only private place you can be
Right,
anymore. It's all these
right.
fucking wackos are.
But
Anyway,
anyway,
yeah. So the
Oh yeah, you're driving a golf cart.
Yeah. So whatever, I worked there, but I wasn't a counselor at the time. I worked in the kitchen there. So they have like it's an overnight camp. They had a guy like
Oh, you were making kosher food, huh?
yeah, kosher food all day.
Nice.
All day.
no meat, no cheese.
Never touch it. So there was a maintenance guy. We used to always just fuck with him all the time, and he had his own golf cart, and we could just like not hot wire. You could just stick like a screwdriver in the ignition thing and just turn it on, whatever. So one night we stole his golf cart and we just dipped out of the camp, driving around in the woods, and like I had my friend with me, and all of a sudden I'm driving down the road and it's like abandoned roads. There's no one out in the middle of the like woods. And all of a sudden I see the lights pop on and I was like, shit, like what do I do? Like, do I pull over
Right.
the golf cart. You know
Right.
what I mean? What I do. So I pull over, and then all of a sudden, my friend next to me gets up and runs.
What
and
else
I'm
are you
like,
gonna do? Let's go after the driver, baby.
So he just runs.
Abandoned ship.
Oh, and I'm just like, shit. So I take like 2 steps, like, should I run? And I was like, no, what's the worst that could happen to me? And the guy was just like, what the? He's like, what the hell are you doing, man? And I was like, to be honest, I'm just playing a prank on my friend, and he's like, well, we're gonna figure out who your friend is that took off, and then he just escorted me back. So I'm just driving this golf cart back. A cop's with the lights on behind me. I have to pull into the camp. The like camp director's there,
Right.
sees me. Yeah, it was just so stupid.
You were a kid.
I know, but it was just.
Who gets pulled over on a golf cart like in the middle of the road? Like,
It's just so stupid.
Actually, there's a guy when I was in Florida. This golf course I played all the time back in January, Palmetto Pines, and my friend Tiffany, who works there. I was playing with her and her husband, and they know the owner, obviously.
Yeah.
Some like big fucking developer out of Michigan, and he bought the course a couple years ago. I think he develops
Nice.
like Home Depots and shit, like
damn.
big money, right?
Yeah.
So he comes out. We're on the 10th hole, or no, we've just finished up, and he's like, which is near the 10th hole, and he says, "Hey, you want to come see my golf cart collection?"
He has a collection of
you
different
didn't. I'll
kinds.
show you-
or
I'll show you-
just
I'll show
like-
you pictures.
Okay.
Dude, he's got this warehouse type garage with some really nice cars in it, like big Denali trucks and some sports cars and stuff. But then along the right side, he has 25 golf carts
No way.
with a charging block that goes down the whole thing.
Charges them all.
And they're all charging. And there's a BMW one,
No
a
way.
Lexus one, a Hummer one. Like they're all
What does
like,
that even go for? Like,
oh,
something like
probably depending on. I mean, God, 20 grand a piece probably.
Shut up,
because they're
for a
all like
golf
decked
cart.
out, you
Yeah.
know. So he had a cool one that I really liked. It was a Trans Am from like Smokey and the Bandit era.
Oh,
right?
nice.
He said this thing is tricked out to do 60 miles an hour.
Shut the hell up.
So like getting to this golf course is kind of like, it's main roads, but then it's like a side road, and then you get to the golf course, and up the street is like not a Publix, maybe it was a Publix or something. He goes, I was fucking all tuned up. I said, I got to go get some eggs or something. So he goes, I'll just go in the Trans Am. So he gets out on the main road. He's doing like 60.
Is that legal?
No.
Oh, okay.
So a cop pulls him over.
Oh,
But he knows him. He's like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, what
yeah.
the fuck are you doing 60 in this
oh
thing?
my God. That's crazy. that
crazy.
you can do 60. And
They
it's
did-
electric?
Yeah. Yeah, it's electric. Everything's electric. So
insane.
he's like, the dude, just let him go. And he's like, yeah, I don't really leave. I just tool around the golf course now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you can't be doing
What
that.
was he need?
20 of them, though? Like, really? You can't just get
Dude,
one
when you
dope
have
one?
fucking... Dude, his wife's got her own... She drove up... Dude, she drives up. She's got a... She was actually pretty good looking. These guys were older.
Yeah.
She drives up. She's got a pill bottle of Percocets, this fucking big. She's got a wad of cash like this.
Just on her?
It's hundreds. Yeah, just on her. Like, she's like... And she's just drinking. It's fucking 3 in the afternoon. Like, she's just that...
Is that what
housewife.
happens when you get that much money, though? You just want to...
Yes. And he still works, though. He's not even retired.
Oh, really?
I mean, he works mostly from the phone and shit, but... Anyway, we're way off track because we got to get to you.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's the longest we've gone without actually getting to why the fuck you're here.
I don't even know why I'm...
I forget. Actually, we've talked a while about getting you on the show.
Yeah, I know.
And like I said, I'm
Dodging
glad you're
like the
here. And you
plague,
got some
man.
interesting
Sorry.
things that you do online. You used to be, if you're not still, nationally ranked or worldly ranked in NBA 2K.
Yeah, we're still number one right now every single
So is
year.
it you individually or your team?
No, it's my team.
Okay. So your team is and the leader or I don't know if he's the leader of your team, but financial leader probably is everyone remembers the rapper The Game.
Yeah.
The Game is on your team. He just called you before you came on.
Every day. Every day. He's a
He
gamer.
wants a $5,000 fee to come on this show. I said, "Fucking scratch ass, bro.
Yeah.
I'll give you $50." No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
seriously.
No, we didn't even talk about that.
No.
But so I remember you telling me this like a while back, a few years ago, and I was pretty impressed. I was a gamer growing up, but not online. I could never get into the online thing because I
Yeah.
just felt like every time you were winning, they pull the plug on you. Or
Right.
this is going back. This is
Yeah,
back
yeah.
when
Oh,
like
yeah.
Xbox first came out and
know.
like whatever. But I got back into online when I got my I still have the PlayStation 4, but I bought the Sony Live or whatever. And it was the same shit. I played the Madden that year. It was 2021 maybe. Oh, it was COVID, so I was playing a lot.
Okay,
just sitting
yeah.
at home playing.
These kids
And these
online are
fuckers.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
They're on another
And they like
level.
taunt you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and there's nothing you could do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do.
There's
about
nothing
it.
you can do. You just got to take it and be like,
I almost feel like are there trick codes they're using on me? Because
No, man.
growing up, I never lost in Madden. I can't say I never lost in Madden,
Right.
but I won some college dorm championships in
Yeah,
college. Kid.
yeah.
I was pretty good at.
Right.
We're going back to Madden '92 though.
oh yeah, the good old days.
the good old days, man. There was 3 buttons.
No,
now
it's
there's
just-
fucking 100 of them.
It's just our reaction time. I think it's just slowing down or something. Our brain works a little slower.
Maybe that could be too.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
so first let's talk about your NBA 2K with playing with the game.
Mm-hmm.
You actually showed me a video that you guys had this like $10,000 match going on.
Oh yeah.
And the game never passed the ball, just shot it from everywhere.
Well, yeah.
And then we'll get into your, I guess we'll call it a project. You have I don't even know what to call it.
It's just like a server, like basically my own server.
So it's a server, but you can, it's alternate reality? Would that be a good term for it?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that worked. That would definitely work.
Okay, so like alternate reality where you go onto this server and it's a community. Mm-hmm. And you can be a bartender, a gas station attendant, a criminal, whatever, a police officer,
lawyer,
and you have to play that role as you would in real life.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yep,
so we'll get to that in a second. So let's talk a little about the NBA, how you got to meet the game, the rapper of the game, and all that.
So actually, my friend that first introduced me to him, I was just saying to him the other day, I was just like, man, like we go way back. I was like, you're the one that ruined my life by introducing me to game, and like, you know, I was just breaking his balls like that. But this was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I just was playing NBA 2K. I didn't really have many friends on there, just playing by myself. And I met up with this one guy randomly, and he's like, oh, like I met this celebrity, like let's go play against him. I know he's playing right now. So I went and played against him, and I whooped his ass pretty bad. And he just messaged me. He was like, hey, you should play with me. And then my life was ruined after that. So like he's been texting me every single day to play with him.
Did he fly you out to California once?
Oh yeah. We flew out to California. Like let me drive his Lamborghini. Took me to the strip club.
Is he still like super loaded?
I guess he has.
Like I don't know. I'm not in the rap scene, but
Yeah.
like I know the current ones, and like, is he still producing?
Yeah, he just came out with an album within the last year, but
wow.
I don't think it did too crazy, but it was just I think he had like 30 songs on it, and I was
shit.
like, that's just way too many.
Yeah,
but
you gotta stick to 10 or 12, right?
so he just does that, or he does like appearances where he just shows up to clubs, and they'll be like, here's $15,000
right,
just to
right.
show up and things.
It's like the Jersey Shore cast.
that. Yeah, exactly.
They just
exactly.
pop up here and there.
Yeah, so he doesn't even stay for the full time, and he could just leave. So
And
he
if you're
does-
listening to the game, I'm not comparing you to the Jersey Shore cast. I don't want you.
No, Jersey Shore's best.
Yeah.
And he's in Europe. He's still big. Like they love him out there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a lot of these, you don't think about it because you're not there. A lot of these people are huge overseas.
Yeah, it's weird.
Or Australia.
I don't know if they're just behind or something like that. Like when I go to Hawaii, they're so behind in music and stuff like that, and it's like
They're so laid back.
yeah. So like my sister lives out there now, and their biggest concert that came by was New Kids on the Block, and it sold out instantly. So they added 2 more shows of
Oh, they
New
still
Kids on the
do
Block.
that here though.
I wouldn't say that crazy.
Dude, they're
though.
coming back out on tour. It's like
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
But not like
it's not
that's-
Taylor Swift kind of shit.
Exactly.
but-
It's not the biggest show that's going to come around the area, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
but,
right.
But yeah, they love him out there. So yeah, so basically he asked me to play with him, and I've just been playing with him for 6-7 years now, and that's all he does because
Do you ever play against him?
no, I did run into him one time.
No, I mean like just you against him.
No, he won't ever do that because he knows. But
He doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose to the number 1 ranked player in the world at one point.
So randomly, I was playing with just a couple random people just to mess around, and we ended up matching up against my team and him.
Yeah.
But I wasn't playing with them. I was just playing with these random people, and so I just gave my team the breakdown and what they like to do and stuff like that. So we ended up winning, and he wasn't talking to me for like.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, come on, like, what do you want me to throw the game on purpose or
Right.
something like that? So I just try not to do
Because
that anymore.
I mean, does a loss ruin your ranking? Like one loss?
It doesn't, but it just, you don't want a loss. You want to have the highest win percentage just to be able to look better, you know what I mean? It doesn't
Right.
affect it that
Right.
much or anything like
Like
that.
the game you showed me you guys were playing
Mm-hmm.
on the other team was it
So it was a wide receiver from San Fran. Was it Brandon Ayuk? Or,
No, it was Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Samuel was fucking playing on the other side.
Yeah, so no,
that is so cool. Though.
We set that up. It wasn't a random thing. So
you guys bet money on that game.
So Game was talking to Deebo, and they ended up talking about NBA 2K, and he was just like, I'm good, and he's like, I'm really good too, and they were like, oh yeah, let's play for money, and then it ended up being. It started off low, but it ended up being like, oh, well, we'll each put up $10,000. So it ended up being a $20,000 game. So I was at work, and he called me. He's like, hey, we're going to play Deebo Samuel for $20,000. Like, when can you be on? And I was like, I'm going to be out of here in the next half hour. I can be home in like 45 minutes. And
so does he just assume like you're ready to go at any time of the day?
yeah, all day, every day. All day, every day. I can show you my phone. It's just, yo, you're like all day, every day. And I'm just like, I'm working. But so we've played a bunch of other, athletes. Like we played Nate Robinson. We just played Paul George the other day. Kevin Durant, Quentin Richardson. Like we played all these players and destroyed them all. Like literally just wrecked them, whatever. Even Paul George.
Right.
He FaceTimed Paul George while we were playing. He's like, and Paul George, I could hear him in the background. Paul George was like, man, fuck you guys and stuff like
Really?
that. Yeah, he was pissed off. But so we thought we were gonna destroy them, and so that's why he put up $10,000. Like even other players don't want to put up. We put up money against like Quentin Richardson. We put up like 500. Kevin Durant, even though he's like a billionaire, he's like, I'm not putting up a penny against you guys. And I was
Really?
like, yeah, I was in the party with him, and I was talking to him, and I was like, let's just play for money, like something friendly. He's like, I ain't got that kind of money. I was like, I'm pretty sure I just looked up something that you were into, like crypto, and you're gonna be close to a billionaire soon.
I could lose it all too.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, that's true. But he was like, I don't have money for this though, and I was like, all right, I respect him. So I guess he's just really tight with his money, which is smart and good for him.
Yeah, Durant is kind of an enigma in sports.
Yeah.
Like he's very sensitive online.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
He's got a lot of burner accounts.
he responds.
He
to
responds to
trolls,
like trolls.
Yeah,
It's like, dude,
yeah.
like you just can't take
Yeah.
that shit seriously.
Yeah.
But that's cool though, man. Like I love that shit. Like
Yeah, it was cool to like talk.
that's
to
like
these
probably
guys.
one of the reasons I would maybe get involved in something like that, just to be able to talk to like some of these
Yeah.
guys, because at the end of the day, most of them are. I've ran into a few celebrities in my life, and I don't really have any bad experiences with really any of them. Like I would have to think. I'm sure I ran across one dude that was just a total douche, but for the most part,
No, they were always all
they're-
super cool.
especially the
like-
ones that like grew up working to get to where they got.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Not like LeBron, who was just happened to be born with a
a
godlike
beast, yeah,
body
yeah.
and was crowned king since he was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
yeah. But so with Deebo, it was just like we thought we were gonna destroy him. So I get home, I'm getting on, and of the 10,000 that he wins, I'm sure he would have thrown me like 2,000 or something like that.
Really?
Like, oh, this would have been.
And
cool.
you had to put nothing up.
nothing. No, I would never.
Just your
he
fucking-
always puts it up.
Just your crossover and your jump shot.
Exactly. So then the game starts, and all of a sudden, I see that Deebo's there with 4 professional 2K players. Like these guys get paid by the NBA. Like it's a contract with the NBA because they have their own league, and they get. And there's New York Knicks have a team, like the Charlotte Hornets has a team, and they play for these NBA sponsored teams.
Really?
And he shows up with 4 of them, and I'm like, and we're just normal guys. We're good, but we're just normal guys that don't take it like too serious. We play for fun, and he showed up with 4 professional players, which I'm sure he's never played with before ever.
Any one of them.
He just brought them in for this game, and they
Hey,
just
for 10K, you do what you got to do.
they whooped our ass so bad, and then like he.
I remember you showed me the video. You guys were up like 4-2.
Yeah, that was the only time we.
And then you had the volume on. The game was like, pass me the ball, pass me the ball.
Yeah. Just, all he does is yell. Like I don't know why he likes to play because it just makes him so miserable. But Deebo didn't do anything. He scored 2 points. He did nothing else.
Just let these guys.
He just let them work, and then he just sat there.
And what like you played all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I know when I used to play, I was more of a Madden guy than anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when Madden got really complicated, I knew I was outgunned all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about the early video games, the Maddens, you could find a glitch.
Right. One.
And when we did tournaments all the time in the college dorms, I wouldn't unveil that glitch until I had to.
Of course, yeah.
And the biggest glitch of all was the first Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy, my college roommate, who just happened to, be in my, we were put together, showed me the glitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we can make a lot of money off of this glitch.
Don't say anything to
And
anyone.
the glitch was when you kicked off,
Mm-hmm.
you just press the down and you hit the kick button
Over
as
and
fast
over?
as you can, and the kicker would catch his own kick,
Oh.
and you would just go down the field and score every time.
What the hell?
So you'd wait till like the middle of the third quarter,
Yeah, when
let
you
the
needed
game,
it,
and then we would bet. Be like, all right, it'd be like 21-21, and we'd be like, all right, let's bet $50 on this game.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, fuck you, I'll make it 100. I'm like, you sure? Sure. And we just bring out this glitch. And like, we almost came to blows with some people because like, oh, we didn't know that fucking thing. I'm like, dude, I just did it once. I didn't know it works every time. You know, like, play it off.
That was an accident.
Right, but now, like you said, let's see, how many buttons on a controller now?
8 around. Not
There's the
including
4.
The start. And
There's the 4. That's 8.
Yeah. Not including the start and the
And then the big button in the middle on the Sony anyway.
Right,
What do you
and
play
they
on?
make controllers. I'm on Xbox,
Xbox,
but
okay.
they make controllers now with 4 extra triggers in the back that you. Can,
Oh, then there's the triggers.
well, there's a 2 up top, but now they make controllers now with 2 extra ones you can set to whatever you want in the back.
Oh my
so it's
God.
4 extra. So it's like,
Dude, when I was a
I
kid,
could barely tap my
When
head.
I was,
as
yeah,
well.
right. When I was playing Nintendo before all this shit came out,
They used to make these controllers that would have a rapid fire setting. So instead of
you
doing
like
it
go
like
like
that,
that,
you just hit a button and then hold it down and rapid fire for you.
Yeah.
This song is crazy shit. Now it's so fucking complicated. And I still like playing video games.
Yeah.
I don't play them as much as I used to. I mean, they're so cool and the graphics are intense and that's what like, you know, you're not that much younger than me, but just growing up through those eras of Atari to Nintendo
the
to
evolution
Sega
is crazy.
Genesis and just seeing and every time you got a new system, that was the greatest graphics you've ever seen. Groundbreaking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do they do next?
I know.
And then I saw the trailer for the new Grand Theft Auto, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's not. It's gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be nuts. But that's so it's like around 2025.
There's still another year out. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been working on that game forever.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of problems with legalities and the characters.
Oh,
and-
I'm sure.
I
They
mean, it's
always
just-
do. They always
Yeah,
do.
it's just so much that goes into it. It's like a movie. You
Right.
know, you gotta,
Yeah.
pass all these stupid.
Way more intense than a movie, I would say.
All right, so speaking of GTA, now let's get to your other side. So it's. I really need you to explain it first before I ask some questions because I think it's fascinating how many people really get involved with this.
Right.
And I joked, is it just like at-home losers? Is it people that hate their lives? They live in their basement?
I'm sure there is a lot.
So let's explain exactly. Now this is yours. You own this, right?
Right. So I created this specific server, but there are other ones like it, but the other ones that are like it are just pure madness. Like there's no rules to it. Like you could just go around like
GTA.
Exactly.
Right.
That's not fun to me, you know what I mean? Like this is more of a role playing server, you know what I mean? So everyone's just like kind of role playing whatever they want, you know. And to me it's just like an escape from reality, you know what I mean? Like if you're sad about something or whatever, you can just get away. You have your friends in there, you can be what you want to be. But there are rules to it. You can't just do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? So
Like you could get kicked out?
oh yeah, definitely.
Really?
I have moderators that moderate everything at all times, and if someone does something wrong, you start with a couple.
So this is a 24/7.
Oh yeah, it's going on all day long, and whoever's in there is in there.
How many people are actively involved?
So I set it to what I want to. Right now, I just allow 100 people in the server at a time, and then maybe in the future I'll expand it more or something
And
like
it's
that.
computer only.
So yeah, it's only through the PC because it has to be. You have to just download something called 5M, which allows, and you have to own the game of Grand Theft Auto, and you have to download 5M, and it'll just modify it to put my coding into it. So you
The current Grand Theft Auto?
the current one, yep.
Okay, so it's almost associated with that.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
use their
yeah.
graphics?
Yep. You're using everything in there. You just change their coding to be able to do way more stuff in it than it would be allowed. So basically, I would say
Can I get a hand job from a hooker in this game?
You can.
Yes!
So there's a strip
Let's
club.
go!
There's a strip club in there. Like you could do whatever. I mean, so most of the time, a lot of people just join.
But there's no. I'm sorry to interrupt. But there's no end game. There's no. It's just living life.
Because I'm constantly adding new stuff to do. So like the biggest way to make, of course you can make money legitimately, which most people do, but you set up big like bank heists and stuff like that, where you have to go through all these things to be able to do it, and then like
You got to town that shit. You got to get a town.
And I don't tell anybody how to do it. They have to figure it out on their own. Like, you know, you have to go hack this computer, then go to the bank and get in the vault, and there's going to be lasers that you have to like try and get by somehow, and you have to figure it out.
You set all this up on your end?
I set it all up, and then I don't tell anyone how to do it. And then once one person figures
All
it
through
out,
coding?
Yeah, all through coding. And once one person
You're a
figures it
fucking
out,
genius.
No, I mean I have a guy that does it with me. Like he
You
does
got
it.
the ideas of what you want it to be.
I just
and
tell
you
him what I
code
want.
in.
He shows me how to do it, and we just do it together. But I can't do it on my own. There's no way. It's way too complicated. But what makes it a good server is just constantly, you know, updating it with new ways. Like once everyone figures out how to break into the vault, then it gets boring. You don't want to just
Everyone
like,
knows how to do it.
right,
You gotta
exactly.
keep constantly
It'll still
updating.
be hard to do, but you know, you just
But now there's cheat codes for it, and people,
yeah, no, there's no.
No?
If you do any kind of like hacking, then you're automatically banned or something like that. But that's what makes my server like good, is that I stay on top of these things. I'm constantly updating stuff. I'm, you know, giving people stuff to do instead of just living normal life in there, you know, like
Right.
everyone else does or something like that. So, but
Okay, I'm still trying to understand. Like, what's the average that someone goes on it a day?
some people do it just because they stream it, and when they stream it, they make money off of it. So, like, because it's interesting to people to watch people stream what they're doing inside of this server. So most of the people, I would say, are streamers. So they just do it, I don't know, as long as they would normally stream any other game, like 8 hours
This
a day.
is what I don't get. Maybe I'm just way too old for this concept. Like Braden does it. Braden watches either through TikTok or whatever. He watches gamers streaming their games.
Oh, yeah.
Now, games are one thing.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite or GTA, and like say something cool happened in GTA with a car flip and a shootout, or I don't know, whatever. And he watches that. I'm just like, it's like me rewatching like a fucking a sporting event. Like I've already seen it. Like,
Yeah,
I've done everything in this game.
Like, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I guess like a cool kill shot from far away,
Yeah.
like is neat to watch.
Well, people like to watch, like, people who are
But like
really
little
good at
clips
it.
is one thing, but to just sit there and watch a dude and talk and eat his Cheetos, like I just don't get it.
Well, it's another thing is like interacting with the people that they're watching. You know what I mean?
Right, so you
can
see the little
type,
scrolls
you can
and
type
right,
to
right,
them.
right.
They're not going to always respond to you, but you know, kids like that. And to watch people that are really good at what they're doing, like they're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. They learn from it. You're like, oh, I didn't know you could do
alright,
this or you
right.
could do that. But yeah, I agree. Like most of the time, I'm like, well, why do I want to? I
Right.
can just play this myself. Why do I want to watch this guy play it? But they like to see people that are really good. They're like, damn, like that guy's disgusting at this. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and they just learn from it. They're like, oh yeah, you could do that or something like that. But
Like I used to watch the MTV used to air the Madden Bowl championship.
yeah.
And I hated how they did it because they edited it down.
Oh yeah.
And you know, the score would be like 7-3 in the first, and they fast forward to the third. I'm like, listen, if I'm gonna watch this, I want to like just any other football game. I want to watch. How did they get to 17-3? Like, was it? I don't know. And I don't think they showed it anymore. I mean, I don't really watch MTV, but
Yeah,
I don't think they showed it anymore. And it's like, and I got turned off on how they like aired it. Like just it's two guys. The cool thing is they were talking. They was literally standing in Times Square on the big
on the big
screen,
screens. Oh,
which
that's
is
dope.
fucking cool as
Yeah.
dope. Cool as dope. You said dope. Cool
Yeah,
as
yeah.
fuck.
You can do that in your head.
Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, like that's pretty cool. And they're standing next to each other, talking shit to each other. And I don't know, like that, but they would edit it down to a half-hour show.
Oh, really?
Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
show it live.
Yeah, the whole
like-
thing, yeah. This
I don't
has
know.
happening. But yeah, so basically with this, like, to get in, you have to go through an interview process. It's not just like, hey, I'm willing to pay to join this or whatever. It's
Well,
like,
hold on. Rewind. You have to pay to join this community?
well, yeah. Most of them are free, but if you have a good server, it becomes whitelist. You whitelist it, and you can't just have anyone join. You have to like pay to join. You have to be interviewed before
right.
you join.
Are you the interviewee?
I have guys that usually do it. I try and do it as much as I can. But if like I know someone, I'm just like, I might have to interview. Yeah, like you're.
All right, so say you don't know me, I want to get it. You happen to be the interviewer. What are you? And it's all like through typing. Or is it phone calls?
Through Discord. Through Discord,
through Discord.
you do like a voice call, and like I ask them, what do they know about it? Like, what are your intentions when you go in there? Like, what do you plan on doing? What do you have to contribute to this? And things like that. Because
I don't want to laugh. What are the answers?
oh no, it's ridiculous because I'm like, it's like a job interview, and they're like, dude, I'm just trying to play this fucking game. I'm trying to get a job.
Right.
I'm not trying to set my future.
But you're really trying to weed out the
bad, yeah.
Right.
I just want everyone in there that's like, I don't want any people just going in there and doing nothing, you know what I mean? Like, people like to go in there and interact with other people. I know people that have met their girlfriends in there, and they're like dating.
I was gonna get to that.
Real
Did
life,
anyone
man.
really like meet romantically?
Romantically in there. They have a wedding in there. Like, everyone in the town comes to their wedding. Like, they have ushers and all whatever. Like, legit married.
How big is the landscape?
As big as the GTA map is, so
Okay.
you
follow that map.
It uses that map, yeah.
Okay.
So it's just as big as that, and then all those buildings that are.
So they're all brothels, they're all strip clubs,
Yeah,
they're all casinos.
Yes,
they're
all those casinos in there,
Yeah.
but all the buildings that are just there just to be a building, we code them into something. We turn that into an actual used building.
Oh, so you can make it
Uh-huh.
a grocery store or whatever you want.
And
So if you only have 100 people, and it's such a big landscape,
yeah,
like, I mean, it almost seems small.
it is. It gives space to
Like, there could be some dude way up north just fucking banging a hooker.
Exactly.
And it's so far away from what's going on at the wedding.
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't going. I got
Exactly.
Rossi up here.
Yeah, it takes. It takes.
And are there any characters in this landscape that aren't somebody?
Oh yeah, there are
Are
random.
there random people just in
random computer people in there.
they're bots.
But they don't do anything. They're just kind of
just
like
walking
walking
around.
around,
Okay.
or like you could kill them, but then like the cops will be alerted and stuff like.
So
that.
with the cops and stuff, is that like GTA? Like you get stars?
No. So
Are
the cops are real people. Like, these are people that are committed to being police officers,
Okay.
and they patrol around. Like, in GTA.
Oh, you know they're fucking corrupt.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, they're taking handouts.
There can be. And that's just part of the role playing. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
Real
shit
life.
happens in real life, so
Yeah.
it can happen in there. But
I want to be a cop.
yeah, get in there, be a cop, dude, and I'll make you the police chief, man.
Oh, let's go.
But I even have like a sheriff's department, so there's different departments, and sometimes they don't get along, and like it's a.
Are you looking to grow beyond 100 people, or is that a good level for
I
you to
think
be
right
at?
now that's just a good amount of
What's
people.
the cost to get in?
It's not much. Like to join it, it's like $50 or something like that. But you join at a certain level. If you want to move up like priority level, because I allow 100 people in, but there's still 100 people waiting to join. You know what I mean?
Okay.
While it's full, there's still people like in queue to come in, and you can pay for a higher like priority. So
Wait,
like
when you say in queue, so if I log out for the night, can somebody else get in?
yeah,
That's in
so
queue.
once you're out, someone can come in. You know what
But
I mean?
I can get in whenever I want.
If you're
Or
if you're high priority, then you can just get in. Like, if you're the highest priority, you can just get in automatically whenever you want. But
So technically, you have about 200 people playing.
yeah, like just the
On and off.
the high priority people, they can come in when it's 100 people, and it'll be like 101, 102, whatever. But anything below
I think
that,
I want to be mayor. Do you have a mayor yet?
no. So I do have there's an election going on right
Well,
now.
you know what? Day Drinking with Dog is coming up for.
You do it.
He's I'm going to run a campaign.
You can have a podcast in the city, like, you know what I mean, and it'll be on. I can put it on the radio in their cars. Like,
This is going to consume me too much.
Yeah.
I want to look at it. I want to actually try it out.
But you got to get in there and become popular. You got to get to know the people, and
Oh, I was going to hand out dollar bills.
yeah,
Let's go.
And then you have to be
With my logo.
voted as mayor. So
Well, yeah,
the
yeah,
people vote. So I have no say in that or anything like that. So
Who would I be running against?
I don't know who's running right now. Honestly, I have no idea.
How often are you in there?
Not too often, to be honest. I just because I'm constantly just answering people's.
Are you like God?
Yeah, I'm just God in there.
You're just like overlooking the whole thing?
Yeah,
and,
just overlook it.
Jim Carrey's down there writing up to you. You might answer it.
Yeah, I'm. What's his name with all the moles?
Oh, you're Morgan Freeman. All the moles.
Oh yeah. I mean, what other way would you do this?
I don't know. Where's my girlfriend? She's a skin fucking nurse. She'd know.
But
There's
yeah,
a term for it, though.
So yeah, you would have to be voted in as mayor, and then you would have responsibilities and stuff like that. But it's just a good way to meet people and.
Do you get notifications? Like if I'm at work and I'm not in there.
Oh, I'm getting emails constantly, like or
Like if I'm mayor, right? And I got some broad that's like, listen, this dude hit my car. The cop won't do anything.
No, that's not.
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a scenario
Mayor-
of why they would contact me.
Mayor would just be like making decisions in the game. You know what I mean? Like in the town that. Not like out of work, like out of the game stuff like that. Like if there's someone has a complaint about something, that would just be like me out of the game person taking care of it. Like in there would be like mayor decisions. I don't know, what do mayors decide?
Taxes? Can I raise the taxes? Start making some money?
I don't know, but you can definitely think of ways to change stuff so where you can get more money. You could be corrupt if you want, you know.
Oh,
what I mean?
100.
Yeah, you could be corrupt.
My brother hates this 100%.
Yeah, but eventually it would catch up to you. But like anything you do inside of there, you cannot be influenced by anything outside of there. Like say for instance, I'm watching someone stream inside of there and I saw that they did this and they're plotting against my character in there. I can't go into the game knowing that, like when I'm playing,
you're getting a competitive advantage, sort of.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So when I'm in my character, I can't play my guy or role play my guy knowing what I figured out outside in the real world. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like you need to be fully engulfed in your character.
What's your character in the game?
Oh, I have a couple. Like I just stupid people. Like I just.
Do they know it's you?
I try not to let them know that I'm like
one of the devs.
Right, and then. I just have one guy, like my friend has a gang, and you're only allowed to have like, you know, a certain amount of people in your gang, and you could take over a whole territory. Like even the cops don't like to go into there.
Are there drugs? And is
drugs.
a lot of it's like GTA?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's different ways you can.
Can you die in the game?
You can die, but when you die, someone from the hospital has to come get you and bring you to the hospital, and I have doctors sitting in the hospital that revive you and stuff like that, and they just role play. They're like, you know, really they're just going up to you, like kind of pressing a couple buttons, but they're like, oh, okay, well, it looks like you got a lesion right here and we're gonna stitch that up.
Meanwhile, you were shot in the head by a sniper rifle.
Exactly.
I played GTA plenty of times.
Yeah, so but like in mine, you can't just drive around recklessly running people over. Like there's like things like you can't even run red lights. You can, people do all the time.
Dude, well, so it drives like GTA?
It drives exactly like GTA.
Because GTA is pretty hard to follow the rules of the road.
It is a little bit, yeah. But if you just don't do it in front of a cop. Like if you're driving and there's a red light, just stop at the red light.
But what if my buddy Bob's the cop? Can I just fuck with him? And
of course, but
get away from him?
Of course,
and like. So there's constantly cop chases. Like you're gonna do criminal stuff, and the cops are coming after you. And there's certain rules to it. The cop can't just come automatically up to you and ram you. You know what I mean? Everything is just meant to make it more fun. So they have to give you a little chase. You know, give you a chance to try and get away. You know what I mean?
And you can make your character your own. It's like a what do you call it?
You can build your face, like everything, all your clothes. You can change your clothes constantly. You can do tattoos, and I'm constantly updating clothes. Like I'm adding new clothes constantly. So girls love it because there's millions of outfits. You know what I mean? They can just wear every day. And
what's the ratio guy to girl in the game?
I would say it's like 60% guys, 40% girls, which is not too bad, you know. Girls, because you don't have to have gaming experience for this. You could just you can
just hang back for a while to get the hang of it, right?
Like, I mean, it would help if you ever need it for like shooting situations, but there's not a lot of shooting situations. You know what I mean? Like,
well, when I'm fucking mayor, I'm getting rid of guns because you know I'm a Democrat.
Right,
we're getting rid of them. Yeah, I'm taking the guns, people.
The DMV guy is not going to.
DWD is taking the guns.
All I know is the DMV guy's not going to.
I'll be a registered Democrat in that game. Taking your fucking guns.
But it's not like
I don't know. It just interests me. I really got to. You got to show it to me. Like
it's super.
Is it hard to get like I don't have GTA. Like Braden has it on his Xbox.
Yeah. You need it on PC.
Oh, you need it on PC.
Right.
All right, so that's so right there is $70.
Right. Exactly. So you have to have it on PC, and then the program to download onto your computer is free. So
okay.
But it's just like
I don't know. You could just be whatever you want in there. It's just like an escape from reality, and you can meet really cool people in there, and it's just cool to do. Like,
well, I just know how people are. I'm the same way. Like, you know, I'll get home from work and I'll play some stupid game on my phone. Next thing you know, an hour's gone by.
You do, an hour goes by.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Jesus, I gotta go to bed, or, you know.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there just, like, think about it all day and, like, oh, I just, you know, want to go fucking... they gotta vote. They gotta come on and they gotta vote for me for mayor.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It'll think about all day.
It'll consume.
Now, are you actually doing election day on election day?
No. I should, though. That would be
right?
smart, actually.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Honestly, man, I kind of let my moderators kind of handle most of it because I'm working. I gotta.
Yeah.
You know,
I gotta live my life.
But
you're an adult now.
I know exactly. Yeah. I could make more money and handle it more myself, but it's too much, man. These kids and their complaints, and I just want to be like, I'm gonna fucking punch your dad in the face if you keep complaining to me. You know what I mean? I can't handle it.
All right, so let's end it on. All right, so easiest way for someone listening that just wants to look at it and already has GTA on their computer.
Yep.
What's the easiest way to find this?
Honestly, if you just go on Discord and add me at arod031, and I will send you everything you need to know about it, and you'll be all set up to go. Like arod031 on Discord.
arod031 on Discord.
Yeah. And
I don't think a lot of my listeners know what even Discord is.
Yeah,
so.
it's the.
But if you happen to have GTA on your computer and you want to check out something different, this is just. I mean, Discord's not hard to find.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing for communicating.
That's what
nowadays.
popped up when I looked at your Game Time RP or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's basically a role playing thing, and you just do it and. Let's do a little promo code. If you find A-Rod, he'll
oh yeah, I got you guys. Yeah,
he's got you.
Just, you know,
put your tight. Check it out. I don't know.
We'll do DDWD.
Yeah,
DDWD, and I'll give you.
Heard you on DDWD.
DDWD.
Just type that in the thing.
The biggest discount you can get, and it'll just.
He can't guarantee you a spot on the roster with the game though. And
you don't want that. You don't want that. Man. It's stressful.
So, all right, well, speaking of, one thing, we'll stick with politics for a second. Mm-hmm. This came across late last night, and I find it fascinating of if it actually happens, how all the intricacies of this would work. But RFK Jr., running for president, is independent, has finalized his 2 running mates for vice president. It's down to 2. Mm-hmm. One being Jesse the Body Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, so Jesse Ventura obviously was the Minnesota governor for a while. Obviously, everyone knows him as a wrestler. He's getting up there in age, but though that doesn't matter anymore, obviously. No. So he's very, very left-wing. Right-wing, sorry. I messed that up. He's very, very right-wing. And the other one is A-Rod. Not this A-Rod sitting across from me, but Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of the NY Jets.
That's so bizarre.
Apparently, they've been vacationing together a little bit. They talk all the time, and I'm sure they had some hiawatha or some weed, and Aaron thought it was a good idea. So this should be very interesting. I bet you it's not him.
That's crazy.
But I've already read that if it is him, he's still going to play for. Like he's still going to play. So how
do you balance that?
Yeah, how do you balance that? Like how teammates would be like, really? Like, oh, I got to be on the campaign trail in the bye week. You know, one, you're going to lose.
Right.
You're going to lose to Trump or Biden.
Oh, yeah, way. There's no question.
You're not winning this.
Why set yourself up for that, you know?
And do this when you retire. You know, like put all of your energy into it like you did for football for 20 years.
Jesse Ventura probably has plenty of time.
Right. Oh, yeah. And he's got experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I just think it's fascinating, just being a sports person, of just the stupid commentary that's going to come out of the stupid people at ESPN and Fox Sports and all that, and they're all because they all hate him.
Yeah,
they all hate Rodgers because he's anti-vax.
Well, what's the podcast that he does with?
Well, no, he got kicked off of that.
Yeah, recently.
With Pat McAfee.
Is that because of the Jimmy Fallon thing?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, same thing.
Kimmel, yeah.
I actually said that in reverse the other day. Yeah. My girlfriend was like, "No, Jimmy Fallon." I'm like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah, it's the same.
So they all hate him, so they're going to eat it up.
Yeah,
and it's already going to be. I guarantee it's a joke on Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Yeah,
you know, so. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. It could just be stupid publicity. But again, an independent. I actually like RFK Jr. Like, he was a Democrat for a long time. Now he's...
That might bring him some votes, though, you know, having someone like that.
Who's he going to get?
I don't know, man. Some Jets fans.
Fucking Green Bay, Wisconsin, and fucking... Some fucking flip a couple Dems in New York City.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's one of those things. Just keep an eye on. Keep an eye on. He doesn't have to announce it tomorrow or whatever, but So we'll stick with the NBA. You're a big Knicks fan, right?
I am.
I'm a big Celtics fan. Knicks had a big win last night.
I
No, but after a how many game losing streak,
Yeah.
it was good.
They've had their injury concerns.
Yeah.
See, that's where I think the Celtics, and we'll just do a hot minute on the NBA. That's where I think the Celtics, everyone's giving them shit because they lost to Denver on the road. But, I mean, dude, these games, they're 0-2 against Denver, and that's your potential finals matchup.
Right.
But, I mean, both games are down to the wire.
Right.
Tatum does have to hit a shot, I admit it, but, like, there's so many weapons, and this is why I think they're so much better without Marcus Smart, because Marcus Smart would take that shot.
Oh, yeah, he would all day.
All day, and
But
he would never make it.
They're 100% the team to be on the East, though, by far, though.
Like these big games, they're kind of playing everybody, but like last night they didn't play. They played Utah. They played Portland the night before. Like whatever, they can rest half their team, and that's what I feel like the easiest difference to decipher between them and a team like the Knicks. Like the Knicks are without one of their guys.
Oh yeah,
they're in deep trouble.
Done, yeah.
The Celtics can rest Porzingis or rest Holiday, or even rest Brown or Tatum one night. They still got so many weapons that I think they're going to roll through the East. But I will say this: of all the East teams, the Knicks, if fully healthy come playoffs, are the team that scares me the most.
You know what? I still, as a Knicks fan, I'm just hoping to win one playoff series. That's it. Like my standards aren't that high yet. You know what I mean? No, I know we have, but I'm still there. I'm still at that.
Get to round two,
and I'll be like, I'll take that as a win. But I shouldn't be thinking that way. But it's just
I love Brunson.
Been a long time. Yeah, man.
I met him last year at a golf tournament.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was like a couple holes ahead of us, but we're at like this little thing in the middle of the course where you can grab sandwiches and stuff. And he was in there. I think he's my height, honestly.
Yeah.
He's not tall.
Really?
Well, you can tell that on TV, but yeah, he's probably 6 foot.
Yeah.
6'1".
I can never tell when they compare, they're standing next to these giants. You know what I mean? I'm like,
stand next to Wembanyama.
Yeah. I'm like, is he short?
Yeah, no, he's short for NBA standards. I mean, but I was not quite eye to eye, but he wasn't. I had to double take him to make sure it was him.
Yeah, because
he didn't look like a typical NBA player.
Yeah,
super nice guy. I actually joked to him. I said, "Man, Dallas misses you."
Oh yeah, dude. I
think like
crazy
Kyrie
playoff run, and it's like that. That was
how do you not keep him?
I know. I mean, I'm not.
You're happy.
I'm super happy. But
I don't know. I think it's still a little too early. But I think the Knicks would be the team that scares me the most. I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
Milwaukee plays no defense.
I think we had a bet.
Well, I have this written down.
Drink, I think, because we bet the Knicks and the Celtics. I don't know if you remember, and the Celtics were winning by 20 points.
Oh, that was and you guys came back and won.
We came
that
back
was last year.
Yeah, you still owe me that drink, man. I don't know.
I think you're drinking a Viva right now.
Yeah,
all right, we're all square. Well, no, saying that, I have it written down here. Let's do a bet. Should they make the playoffs?
Okay.
Play each other.
Right.
In the playoffs. I'll even do this for you. I'll make a spread on it.
Okay.
I need something, man.
If you win, I'm sorry. Well, if you win, you win. Obviously.
Okay. Right.
If you win, you win. If we win it less than, how should I put this? 4 games to 2.
Okay, goodbye game.
So if you bring it to game 7, you win.
Okay, yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair. I think that's fair.
So I have to win it in 6 games or less.
I'm not greedy. I think that's fair.
All right, we'll do it for, I don't know, a bottle of booze or something.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's usually the Stonebridge bet I do with Brett all the time for football and Jets Patriots.
Some bourbon or something?
Yeah, whatever bottle you want under a $40 price range. Fair enough?
I'm in.
So if you win or take it to 7, you win.
Yeah.
I have to win it in 6 and under.
I think that's fair.
I think that's a good bet.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You're going down.
All right. All right. I haven't done a little bit of this in a while. My little alien update. It came across my feed just before A-Rod got here. So there's a hiker in Wales, England, who hikes this same area a couple times a week, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of mountainous, not really mountainous, but hilly.
Yeah.
And he goes to the same spots, does the same trails for the most part. And last week he was hiking his same trail, and all of a sudden he came across a monolith.
Okay.
Now, monolith is like a picture of the Washington Monument.
Okay.
Okay, but silver.
Okay.
Like silver, like fucking
all silver,
filmatic silver.
Gotcha.
and he found one that's just at the top of one of his hills, and he said it was securely planted in the ground. It was probably 12 feet tall, shaped almost like the Washington Monument. I'll show you pictures after.
Okay.
And he said there was no tracks around it. Like, just to get it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing was heavy as fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna need a tractor.
You're gonna need a tractor
yeah.
or, whatever. Just unexplained. And he just came out and said, this is not from this earth. This is not, this is not like a man-made. This is not a seventh wonder of the world. This is just, I've never, and it wasn't here last week. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So you already went to that
Right. You would
spot.
need either a helicopter to drop it in and plant it in.
I thought this was a new spot that he went
No. It's where he usually hikes.
Okay.
And he said he walked around it. He looked for just any kind of man-made tracks or digging. Nothing. It was just perfectly in the ground, he said.
That's crazy.
And these are popping up all over the world.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, a gazillion conspiracy theories about it. But some of them are like, are they plotting them in all different directions
Right,
around the
just-
globe?
yeah.
And is it are they coming in for the big attack?
Yeah.
Just crazy shit. But
That is pretty crazy.
It's cool looking, but at the same time, it's a little nerve wracking. Like, what the fuck is this thing?
Right.
And why is it here?
Right.
Like, let's say it is not from this earth. Okay, then why the fuck is it here?
Exactly. But and who would waste all that silver or something just to set something up just to
Just to be like, somebody's
like,
going to stumble upon this,
Yeah,
and we're going to make
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Fox News or CNN or something.
Right. That would be expensive.
Yeah, and I can't imagine whoever made it is, like you would want to say, hey, like if you're an artist
Right.
or a sculptor, you would make something like this because it's actually kind of beautiful looking. And let's
want
put it up
people
on
to
this
know,
hillside. Like you would want media behind it, and say
Exactly,
this,
yeah.
or what it resembles to you, or maybe it's for your grandfather,
Right.
And it just pops up out of nowhere with, it's not a Banksy.
Yeah.
I know. I like Banksy.
Yeah, no, some of Banksy's shit's cool, but that shit just pops up out of nowhere, but everyone knows it's him.
Yeah.
He puts a name behind it.
Right.
I don't know. Well, I don't know where you stand. We didn't really pre-show talk about I don't know where you stand on aliens and.
I don't know actually. I've really been interested in this lately, and I've been trying to look up the whole like Miami Mall thing, and like.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
So I've been trying to find the video because people are like, I can't believe this video of the aliens, and I've been like just searching all over the internet for it, and I cannot find a video.
Like, whitewashed out, you think?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because when it first happened, I found some stuff.
And you saw the video?
Yes and no. Like you saw people like scrambling around. The police department, which why wouldn't they? They came out right away and were like, "This is like ridiculous." Like we were there,
right?
There was like fucking 30 cop cars
a
there.
million cop cars. That's why I was just like.
But they were saying they were like overly sized aliens, like 10-foot tall aliens.
Is that what it was?
I didn't see any of that in the video. I didn't see any aliens in the video.
They didn't show it. Okay, well, I keep seeing these people like I have the video of the aliens. In
yeah,
the
well, they're
mall.
all dead now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
My brother. I just saw him last week. I drove to Massachusetts, and the podcast I did last week, I talked about flat Earth and giants. And my brother gets out of the car. He listens to every show, and he's like, "You really lost me on flat Earth and giants." I go, "Well, you've heard of flat Earth." And he says, "Yes, I've heard of flat Earth." I go, "Well, giants are kind of like what's behind the white wall.
Right.
The white wall's Antarctica, and giant. If you go on X, Twitter, whatever, and I see it, like just type in giants." On the search engine and Twitter, and all these photos will come up. You may have to be a little more specific than just giant, like Saquon Barkley may come up. I don't know, but you know what I mean, like ancient giants or pictures of giants from the early 1800s. And all these photos come up. And they could be AI generated. and stuff,
I would think so. Because where would their their bones or something be? Like I don't know. You would think that would. But
we're also assuming that we trust archaeologists that these dinosaurs were real,
right?
Like we don't know. We just grew up on this information.
That is true.
And Jurassic Park came out, and now it's all real, and we can recreate them, and blah blah blah.
I'm the biggest skeptic ever, but like I think when I really think about it, I'm like, there's no way we're this lucky and we're the only things out there in this giant ass universe. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like, do I need to see something to truly believe it? I guess. But I don't. Like, when I think about it, it's like it makes perfect sense that we're just not, the only thing out there. Like it can't be. But.
There's from what they tell us, right, and what we've learned from what they've told us, is that this universe. One of my biggest things I talked about last week is the universe expands, right? They say it just expands, and from 30 years ago to now, the stars are getting farther and farther apart, and all this stuff, and then it's all going to implode on us one day back into a little speck of dust.
Right.
Well, where the fuck is it expanding into?
Right.
Like, what's on the other side of that wall? So it's like, all right, so we're just trusting all of this. And you mean to tell me the universe, like you just said, is that vast, and there's a gazillion stars,
Right.
there's a gazillion suns, and there's a gazillion planets, and we just happen to be the one that is, if 1 inch closer or 1 inch farther,
Yeah.
our atmosphere is not
We would be
livable.
done, yeah.
We die.
We're just that lucky.
We're just that lucky.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely.
And like life can't adapt. You know, because there's they've already found alien life on like, you know, moons of Jupiter.
Right.
When I say alien life, it's microbial things in water. You know, that water was on a moon. So there's little, you know, and water is, we can all agree, is the most essential thing to life.
It is.
You know.
But we haven't even explored all of the water. I feel like there's aliens,
dude.
deep down there, like, that we don't know about. You know what I mean?
Jacques Cousteau and those
Yeah,
guys know a lot more than we
yeah.
do. They probably, like, you ever seen The Abyss?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I envision. I don't know the ending per se,
Right.
But like getting that far down,
Yeah.
we don't know what the fuck's down there.
Who fucking knows, dude? Who knows?
And it goes so deep in some areas.
Yeah.
We can't even, the pressure is too much.
The
We can't get
pressure
down
we
there.
can't handle. But if something was made down there and they're just adapted to that, you know what I mean? Then who the fuck knows what it is down there? But
No, so you're on my side.
Oh yeah.
it's definitely something. But I just, you know, I'm a guy who likes to see it to believe it, but
But again,
deep down I'm like,
like
there
see it
has to
how?
be.
See it on TV? See it
I
on
don't
Twitter?
know, yeah,
or
yeah.
the dude shows up at your
Right, I
door?
don't trust anything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you
guess
can't
you'd have
trust
to come
anything
to my
anymore.
door. I'd be
You
like,
can trust day drinking with dog.
Yeah, no, I trust
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's
right.
the
There's
only
no
thing.
aliens in
Yeah.
there. Well, there might be. Who knows?
My eyes and daydreaming with a dog. That's it. Yeah.
So, all right, let's finish on this. Parade was last week. I know where you were stationed was kind of a
Yeah.
weather bomb.
Yeah.
It was a weather bomb everywhere. For the most part, though, it was a successful day. I've never sat out in weather like that, and people continued to drink.
I know. People were
Dude, it was insane.
Yeah.
The wind gusts were like 25 miles an hour.
I know.
It started raining at like 2:30. I'm like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where I am, I'm in a better spot. People are just walking in.
I had a heater though. I had a heater, and people
Yeah.
were just huddled around it.
Yeah.
It's like whatever it takes, man. Just
I
stay
don't
warm.
know. But I mean, like I said, it was a good day. But Friday was 60. Sunday was like 55.
I know.
Today was fucking 60. Like, come on, man.
Like, it's just
Can we just get that one day? Because if we get that, like, you know what kills us too is the time change.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
I
happen
forgot
till
about
that night.
Yeah.
So if we can get it. I've saying this for years. Just do it the following Saturday, regardless, because we're getting the extra hours.
The extra hour
Just,
makes a
I
huge
get
difference.
the Irish Heritage Society point of it's their parade,
Right.
but honestly, their parade lasts 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the businesses downtown that benefit the most
100%.
from all of that.
Yeah.
And just if we push the back, we get every place gets the extra hours. Sun.
Yep.
You're almost guaranteed guaranteed better weather a week later.
Oh yeah.
You know,
definitely.
I guarantee this Saturday will be nicer than
Oh,
it
it's
was
gonna be
last Saturday.
beautiful,
You know,
probably.
but
Or you
whatever.
could also not schedule me, and then I promise it'll be the nicest day ever. Or something like that. You know?
There is the A-Rod effect that people don't know about
bad.
Stonebridge.
It's a true. It's a.
A-Rod will be outside this Friday, standing in 45-degree weather,
Yeah, it'll be for
shaking his
parade.
head,
It's
wondering
gonna
why
be
the
a
fuck he's out
snowstorm.
there.
It's gonna be a snowstorm.
Oh, probably. A-Rod, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
on, my
thank
friend.
you for having me, man.
That
This
was
is great.
great.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, I got to check out this thing you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Get in there,
is there a
man.
way to follow, like when you play with the game on?
You know, I
Is
could.
are those games always live streaming?
It's just whatever I feel like it, but
Yeah.
I should start
Or
doing
does the
it
game
more.
live stream shit?
No, he used to. He
Yeah.
used to be paid by another like smaller streaming thing they were trying to get going, and but he didn't do a great job. Let me look at what my with my oh no, I don't even want to say this on here because
Don't.
it's
You don't have to say
no.
that.
It's nothing like bad. It's just childish.
Oh,
My Twitch name is
I can't wait.
You know, I don't know. Okay, so my Twitch name, if you want to
Small
follow
penis
me,
Asian.
it's 7-inch personality. Okay, with the number.
Hey,
7.
don't be ashamed of 7 inches.
Yeah. So the number 7-inch personality, and you could follow me on Twitch. I will be streaming probably.
If
more
you want to try any of that game time role playing stuff,
Yeah.
ARod031 on Discord.
Yeah.
And but you have to have the GTA, the latest GTA,
Right.
which one? 4?
5.
Oh, 5.
5.
6 is coming out, right?
6 is coming out.
So GTA 5 on your PC or laptop or whatever, right?
And then I'll set you up for everything else that you need to download.
And you can, if you're, you can be whatever you want, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of, I can put in for you. And
Except for mayor, I'm going to be mayor.
yeah, Jersey.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Run against me. Try your fucking luck.
Waste your time.
Waste your time. Just waste your time, and then I'll make you an alderman.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will. Well, I'll see you this weekend at work, I'm sure.
Yeah.
My good friend Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod from work. You got some great stories, pal, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much,
Peace.
guys.